You are listening to Strange Bird by Anna Jansson, narrated by Sofia Engstrand. Chapter 1. Ruben Nilsson stepped into the summer twilight to tap his pipe out against the railing of the porch. If he had known how few hours he had left to live, perhaps his priorities would have been different. The wind had died down. The trees cast long shadows across the well-tended lawn, and he stood there feeling melancholy. Perhaps it was the scent that made him think of Angela. The sweet scent of mock orange that came in bursts with the evening breeze. The blossoms hung in large clusters over the stone wall, shining strangely white in the dim light. When Ruben reached for the branch, petals fell like snowflakes across the ground. Too late. The mock orange must have just been in full bloom. He hadn't noticed. In fact, the scent was a bit stale, the leaves already wrinkled with age and brown at the edges. He was too late, just like when he'd loved Angela Stan, but couldn't ever find the right words. It still hurt to think about it. At the midsummer party in the Jakobsson's house in Eksta, she had sat down beside him, straightened his shirt collar, and slipped her arm under his as they left the table. They strolled in the garden in a silence that felt increasingly awkward. He was walking arm in arm under the lindens with the most beautiful woman on the island of Gotland. But all he could think of to say was that the price of wool didn't look too good, but the potatoes were doing fine. She listened patiently and then pointed towards the bower. He would never forget the look she had given him right then. Hidden from the others in the green grotto of leaves, he took her in his arms. There had been an understanding between them all evening, glances that couldn't be mistaken, a light touch of her hand when she approached him. The scent of wild strawberries was intoxicating. The thin fabric of her dress stretched across her breasts and over the soft rounding of her hips. It had embarrassed him and made him mute and very aware of the reactions in his own body. Not all that long ago, they had been children. She was a girl he'd played with. Angela had wispy hair like spun gold in a cloud over her shoulders, blue-green eyes, and a slightly protruding upper lip he felt compelled to kiss. In the leafy grotto, he summoned up his courage and did just that. It was a somewhat unsuccessful kiss, their teeth scraping together, and they both pulled back in shame. He tried again more carefully, and noticed that she softened. Her hands caressed his back, slowly gliding along his muscles and slipped in under his shirt. He felt a light shudder throughout his body as her nails lightly scratched his skin and her breathing became more rapid. His hand felt its way into her underwear, and she caught it in mid-motion, holding it in hers. "How much do you love me, Ruben?" She looked him straight in the eyes without turning away, waiting for him to say the impossible password. "How much do you want me? How much do you love me?" And he answered by pressing his throbbing member against her stomach. She recoiled as he guided her hand where he wanted it, so that she would feel his hardness and understand how much he needed her, how much he longed for and thought about her. "Stop!" Her body turned rigid. He tried to touch her, but she turned aside. The smile on her face had gone. When he still didn't say anything, she pushed him away and ran over to the others. He caught up with her, trying to embrace her from behind. "Say something, you stupid idiot! Whisper the words she wants to hear!"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?